Alright, this is the starter build for the Deceiver, which is an occultist and an inquisitor. I really like the Inquisitor. I still think it's one of the best classes to start with. It's using pretty much acid damage as its primary source of damage, or poison damage. Drig's Evil Eye to apply a lot of poison damage. Word of Pain to do a lot of acid damage. Stormbox to reduce DA and do poison and acid damage, constantly ticking. Inquisitor Seal to drop on the ground, give me increased health regeneration, and do basically acid damage. With Stormbox, it allows me to crit sometimes, and whenever I crit, I get Deadly Aim, and that gives me a 24% damage multiplier. Word of Renewal heals me and gives me a flat health as well as some CC reduction, a little bit of flat physical damage, some resistances. Same thing, Blood of Dree gives me a lot of OA and health regeneration. Physical res, poison res. I use Vulnerability to reduce targets' poison resistance. I get percent damage reduction from possession. So overall, it's a really tanky build. Using these guns, that's what helps me convert elemental to acid. Like between two guns and this necklace, I get more than 100% elemental to acid. These guns also make Blood of Dree give me a lot more health regeneration. Combining that with two Gollus rings basically makes me able to face tank things just by standing in them. I am missing a lot of elemental res. I got tired of farming Logarian, and there's a lot better shoulders, but getting instead of preserving, if you get a like prismatic of the Driggle or any type of prefix that gives elemental res, or swap out the helmet for like a fetid mask, that would probably be better. I got an Overseer's helmet, which is really good for armor absorption. It allows me to use a different component in my shoulders. That's why I use that. You don't need if you don't have the Overseer's component here, which is giving you Fizz res and armor absorption, then use a fetid mask, and that'll pretty much clean up your elemental resistances. And then just use a scaled hide in your shoulders to give you the extra, to make you have 100% armor absorption. Crafted pants, crafted boots, crafted gloves as always, because you can always control these. Vendor farmed this. This is a god tier belt. All of the gear was farmed on stream. Kind of a crappy amulet, but it gives me percent OA, and I mean, it's not crappy, it's good, and this gives me OA, so that's how I get my OA up. This one's okay. Again, it gives me more OA because I need OA on this build. I got bad rolls on this. It rolls 3 to 6% OA, and I got 3% OA. Great. Blight, the only relic you can really get. It gives you the Blight thing, the Blight aura, which gives you a chance to fumble. You already have impaired aim. And +1 to vulnerability. I made these until I got all of the vulnerability. For devotions, I didn't go for attack devotions. I went for the healing kind of thing. I went make sure I got Lizard, make sure I got Scythe, and make sure I got Giant's Blood. And then, of course, I was still able to pick up Tainted Eruption, this Acid Spray, and this to give me a reduced target's DA. Like, whenever I have the Scorpion Sting up, that allows me to crit more. Scorpion Sting plus Rumor plus Stormbox is what allows me to actually crit, even though I only have 2700 OA. It's got 58% Fizz res, which is really nice. 2700 armor, 100% absorb with no shield, really nice. 2200, almost 2300 acid damage, and almost like 21.5 poison damage. It has, of course, max run speed because I have Word of Renewal. and almost 3,000 like non-proc health regen. Of course, I have turtle, and I have diamond, and when I stand an Inquisitor's seal, my health regen goes up to 3,200. Plus the flat damage absorb of shield, and this build just stays alive. It can face tank some of Lokar's attacks. Like I was face tanking Lokar, and the gear's not all that great. It's good. It's like, again, it's only like 3 hours of farming, which is what you want to expect for a starter build. Like you'd farm your gear for 3 hours, and there you go. It looks kind of ridiculous with the way it's set up, but anyways, and it's again a piano DoT build. It's made to kite around. But anyways, next up is Warden Krieg, and then the Lokar kill. I'll see you next time if I decide to either do the endgame version of this build or a different build. Alright, we're at our good friend Warden Krieg, the boss you really need to face tank. So I'm just going to sit on top of him, just pop all my dots. Just watch him slowly melt away. Reapply my dots.
And when I'm done with you, I will crush your friends and
Step away.
now I will demonstrate my true power.
I don't even notice my health going down at all when he hits me. Anyways, that's Warden Krieg. Next up is going to be Lokar. Alright, we're at Lokar with this starter build. This is the Ultra Regen starter build. I want to see how it feels against Lokar's attacks, but alright, let's go. Huh. That is a lot of health regen. He hits me pretty hard when I'm sundered. Funny thing is, this is a kiting build. That is a lot of health regen. Damage is kind of mad, but that health regen is insane. Like seriously, as soon as I step away from Lokar, I'm at full health again. This build is kind of stupid. Like with endgame components? Using like the enchanted earths and stuff and farming a few pieces of gear to be much better? This could be a very stupid build. I think if I played this like the endgame version, this might be fucking brilliant. using Sigil of Consumption to stand on top of, I might be able to just be semi-face tank immortal. Maybe pick up a, what's it called? A spam ability, just so I can stand on top of things instead of just being pure kitey. I see Lokar likes using this terrain, trying to move past me, so that his returning projectiles will still hit me. What an asshole. Oh, almost died there. Got a little cocky. Just staying still. That freeze is pretty nasty. Oh, because he's got the mace, doesn't he? No, he's got the sword, right? He's got the sword. Sword is not as... Oh, the mace is worse with stun. The sword's worse with freeze. Oh yeah, I remember that now. He can do the most burst damage when he's with the sword. He's charging up his attack. You just keep everybody dotted up. Run around. Try not to let him freeze you. Yeah, that's Lokar. Easy, easy. In this build. Yeah, I could highly recommend this as a starter. Dual wielding these guns is really nice. I might want to put more points into OA. And when you play the set, you're probably going to be using the full set, which does reduce your damage a bit because you're going to lose... Basically, you're going to lose about 25% of your elemental to vitality conversion, or elemental to acid conversion, and get basically 15 to 25% of it converted to vitality damage, which you don't want. You might want to swap out one or two of these rings into the vitality rings, because you'll be using... Because you have nothing to convert vitality damage, and Sigil of Consumption has a lot of vitality damage. You'll be converting all the fire and chaos into acid, and if you convert some of the vitality into acid, then you'll have a big thing. But if you guys want to see the end-game version of this build, let me know, and I'll pop it on.